That's perfect. All right, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just take a minute to do the Tulsi Gabbard, Hillary Clinton drama before we get out of here. Many of you Tulsi stans are like, you're not going to talk about this because you don't have the courage to talk about it. You know, the courage. Let me just say this. I'm mainly not talking about it that much because I don't care. And
it's
just
Bernie
as
o'clock
Elizabeth Warren, sorry?
Because it's Bernie o'clock right now.
Literally. And just as I don't have time for like, well, I mean, I like Bernie, but Elizabeth Warren wrote Medium posts. I don't have time for your fucking crank ass bullshit about Tulsi Gabbard and Andrew Yang. By the way, just now, and this was a Discord question, Bernie Sanders has announced this evening, as reported by Ryan Grimm, new radical protections for whistleblowers. Unprecedented protections for whistleblowers. Yet another step that he is making that no one else has taken, including the supposedly anti-war candidate. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get Bernie Sanders elected president because this is serious. Now, Hillary Clinton, who is deranged, who is ridiculous, who is narcissistic, who is delusional, came out recently and said that Jill Stein was a Russian asset, the Green Party candidate. I would say Jill Stein is not a Russian asset. She's a moron.
And she needs to tell us where that recount money went.
And she needs to. I actually respect that. I like that.
I just want to know.
Like,
what
I'm here
to.
for the recount money.
I just really want to know what happened.
Sorry,
to the
suckers.
Money.
I don't care. So, and there's one well, David's going to do the other serious point because he's a Tulsi stan. So we'll throw it in for that. Hillary Clinton accused essentially Tulsi Gabbard of treason, which is punishable by death. That actually is dangerous and deranged. And everybody should condemn that. That's insane. That's demented. And I remember a couple of years ago when people were like, oh my God, Donald Trump is saying lock her up. That's so dangerous. Hillary Clinton just went on a podcast and essentially accused this woman of being a sleeper agent or being groomed to be a sleeper agent. That actually is dangerous and deranged of Hillary Clinton. Here's Tulsi, but also the biggest favor in the world for Tulsi Gabbard. Stop fucking around. Go vote for Bernie Sanders. This is Tulsi Gabbard thanking Hillary Clinton for keeping her relevant in the presidential race.
Hillary Clinton, your foreign policy has been a disaster for our country and the world. It's resulted in the deaths and injuries of so many of my brothers and sisters in uniform. It's devastated entire countries, millions of lives lost, refugee crises, our enemy, Al-Qaeda and ISIS strengthened. We've seen an increase in Iranian and Russian influence in the region. Turkey is emboldened, and we've seen an exacerbation of the problem of nuclear proliferation by overthrowing Gaddafi in Libya. Yet, despite this damage that you have done to our country and the world, you want to continue your failed policies, directly or indirectly through the Democratic nominee. It's time for you to acknowledge the damage that you've caused. And it is long past time for you to step down from your throne so that the Democratic Party can lead with a new foreign policy, which will actually be in the interest of and benefit to the American people.
Okay. So first of all, Tulsi Gabbard has not called for freeing Lula. She has not said that we will use foreign aid to pressure Israel on the apartheid state of Israel. And she mentioned Iran there in a weird way, which I would remind everybody that Tulsi Gabbard was an Iran deal skeptic and has voted for sanctions packages from Iran in addition to appearing with the most extreme far-right interests in Israel, not to mention supporting Narendra Modi while he does what he's doing in Kashmir, which not only is a massive human rights abuse, but could in fact trigger a actual hot war in South Asia. So just so everybody knows. So just so you know.
Yeah, I mean, Tulsi on Iran, she, on her campaign website, she has places that she differs with Trump rhetorically on Iran, and then she touts her previous Iran hawk votes.
And I only say this to say, I'm going to get to David in a second, just because I know this audience is, I know there's people out there who are still kind of Tulsi Stanish. I will say in the bigger picture, Hillary Clinton should not say a fucking thing about anyone.
Goddamn thing.
Hillary Clinton has a record of coups in Honduras and Haiti. has a record of war in Libya. Whatever else you think of Gaddafi, she joked about him being anally raped and murdered on the street. She backed the coup in Brazil. She's backed actions of regime change in Venezuela. She supports everything Israel wants to do whenever. Her foreign policy is obscene. Her corporate policies are obscene. She managed to lose to Donald Trump. Hillary Clinton.
And no one has asked for her help in this election.
No one has asked for her help, and no one needs her help except for Tulsi Gabbard. So Hillary Clinton is trash, should shut the fuck up and go away. She's actually legitimately disgusting. Ask the Haitian people. David, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, what is very worrying about this, though, is how easy it is to make these kind of accusations, and people have become so wild about Russia, like they see it everywhere.
Right.
And there's a piece in Newsweek that I just wanted to highlight that's really frightening to me, because this person, Naveed Jamali, who is one of these former spies who now is going to tell all, puts, puts
definitely
forward,
trust those people.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he was a double agent.
Newsweek? Just wanted to check our sources.
But
if he's alive, it's not what he says he
But
is.
if you see in the title of this piece, he says the evidence is clear, and we don't have time to go through the entire article. But in this article, he cites zero evidence that Tulsi is a Russian agent.
None.
And the reason that it's frightening is because if people can just throw this accusation around, you can really cause a lot of damage. And what's even more frightening is the way that they're using it. So the argument here is that even if Tulsi doesn't know that she's being used by the Russians, she could still be a Russian asset. Mm-hmm. And if you see how wild people have become over this whole Russia scandal, we're not that far off from this kind of attack being used against very legitimate political critics of the United States
Bernie Sanders
empire.
wants to do a work in partnership with Russia and China for a Green New Deal.
Exactly.
You could be unwittingly working with Russia. It's insane. It's
a
very
really
dangerous
game.
It is very dangerous.
We need to call it out
Yes.
as much as we can, because we could be in a very frightening kind of future. I mean, I thought Matt Taibbi's piece in Rolling Stone was really great about this, that basically everyone is a Russian asset except for the MSNBC centrists.
Right, except for all of the former defense industry or current defense industry and intelligence ghouls that run around cable news demonizing people.
And to those MSNBC centrists, we say this.
And it is long past time for you to step down from your throne so the Democratic Party can lead with a new foreign policy.
That is my favorite part. I was like, she's on a throne? She didn't win. What are you talking
Throne
about?
of Skulls.
That's what I love. Is like Tulsi Gabbard though is feeding literally Hillary Clinton is tweeting at Donald Trump. Don't tempt me. What do you mean? So you can come in and lose to him again? So you can come in and have a awe-aspiring, world-class, global fuck-up again?
Hillary, please enter the race so you can slice into Biden and Warren's.
Yeah, please. Hurt
support.
Elizabeth Warren. I would love to see, by the way,
That's absolutely not happening.
the Kamala Harris, Elizabeth Warren, Hillary Clinton Twitter emoji war would be hilarious. And we can work on the side to elect Bernie Sanders. You just watched a Michael Brooks show video. Subscribe to get them all. Why wouldn't you? Don't be foolish. Click subscribe below and become a patron as well. Patreon.com/TMBS. Thanks, everybody.